Hey friend, are you struggling with your ball striking? Is it inconsistent? Or maybe you're hitting behind the ball and you're not getting that crisp contact. Today we're gonna talk about how to get that crisp contact where you're hitting the ball first and you're compressing the golf ball. Let's get into it. First, we're gonna head on over to practice, shot analysis, sign in, select your club. Next, we're gonna change the screen. We're gonna split it here. On one screen, we wanna put this thing called swing plane. I'll explain here in a minute what that is. We wanna get it at this angle. And then on this screen, we wanna see impact location. Next, you wanna turn on attack angle. Then we're gonna do low point distance. And then if you want to, you can put on carry. Now that we have TrackMan set up, let me show you the drill that's really gonna make a difference in your ability to make a consistent strike. All you need is a towel. Make sure it's a pretty thin towel. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna set it behind the golf ball. Make sure it gets nice and flat. And then I want the golf ball to be about the width of your foot in front of the towel. Now make sure it's nice and flat because we don't want to catch it because it's off the ground. But now what you've done is you created a station that's going to teach you how to get the lowest point of your swing in front of the ball. What is the lowest point of your swing? Well, in a golf swing, the club's moving down or it's moving up. Now at some point there's the lowest point of the swing where it's not going down and it's not going up. So the low point of the swing is when the club bottoms out and is level with the ground. We want that low point to be in front of the golf ball. Now what this towel is going to do is it's going to help us move that low point forward. Because one of the most common errors I see is we get to the top of the swing, we hang back and we dump the club and we hit the towel behind. Or we hit behind the ball and hit the towel. What we want to do is we want to get our body, our turn, and our lateral movement to be in front of the towel. So the question is, what changed low point? Well, those two things right there. It is how much we rotate, so the better we rotate our body and the more we move laterally, that shifts your low point forward. If you're hitting behind the ball, maybe you're not rotating enough. Maybe you're getting to the top of the swing and you're just throwing your arms and you're dumping it. Maybe you're rotating, but you're hanging back. What this drill is going to teach you to do is to get the lowest point of your swing in front of the ball. I want to pause the video for just a moment and ask you, are you struggling with consistency? If that's you, then I want to show you the 3 most common swing flaws I see every day when I'm working with my clients that are wrecking your consistency. You can fix these 3 flaws in a short amount of time and they're going to have huge gains in your golf game. Matter of fact, my clients are telling me they're dropping anywhere from 5 to 10 strokes off their game once they fix these swing flaws. If that sounds like something you're interested in and you really want to take your game to the next level and stop struggling, the link is in the description down below. It's completely free. I want to give that to you as a gift. Let's get back into the video. First, we're going to make a practice swing without a golf ball. And what I want you to do is I want you to make some swings where you completely rotate and you move in front of the towel. And your goal is to make your divot where you hit the ground to be in front of the towel. So I'm going to make some swings here. Now, here's what's going to happen if you do it wrong. If you get to the top of your swing and you fall backwards or you don't rotate, it's going to look like this. See how I nicked that towel and it really disrupted it? That's going to give you an indication that you didn't do it right. Next, let's talk about how we can actually use TrackMan to track our progress as we go. Now, you can see on the screen here, you have on the left your impact locator, which I think is great for tracking the physical strike on the face. And then on the right, you have swing plane. Now, that's what it's called, swing plane, but we're actually going to be looking at the low point. Let me hit a shot real fast so I can show you what we're looking at. And for the sake, I'm going to make a little half swing here because I'm going to really focus on that strike. All right, so number 1, I hit it centered, so that's good. Number 2, I want you to look at on the right side of the screen. You're going to see a vertical orange line. That vertical orange line is the low point. And I want you to notice it's in front of the golf ball. That means my club was still moving down as it struck the golf ball. If that vertical line is over the top of the ball or behind the ball, I'll show you here in a second, then that means your low point's behind the ball. And we don't want that. We need the lowest point of our swing to be in front of the ball. I'm going to do it wrong here so you can see. Okay, I nicked the towel. I scooped it, I hung back, I didn't rotate, all the things. Now that one, it was pretty much right on top of the ball. So now my low point was not in front. Now, if you look at the numbers on the bottom of the screen here, you're gonna see attack angle was -1, we'll round up. My low point distance was 6.6 inches after the ball. So that's good. I want it to be after the ball. So that's better than being behind. So we're gonna do it wrong again. Let me try one more time to get it wrong. All right, just like that, I towed it. You're gonna see my low point distance 1.4 inches behind the ball. Definitely don't want that. And you can also see that vertical orange line. My low point is behind the ball. If that's you, you're gonna have to pick it clean, and it's gonna be very, very difficult to make good contact. That's how we use TrackMan to track if we're getting better. We're looking at two things. We're looking at attack angle. We want it to be negative in general, but with a 9-iron, we're probably looking around -3.5 to -5.5, somewhere in there. Depends on you as a player. But as long as you're negative, that means the club is moving down when it gets into the ball. When you're looking at low point distance, you want to see that it's after the ball. And then if you want a good visual reference, you can use the swing plane tool to see that the low point is in front of the golf ball. And I want you to remember, changing your low point comes from the better you rotate your body, your pelvis and your chest through the impact zone, and the more you move laterally. It's those two things together. You kind of have to have them synonymously together. You can't have one without the other. It won't work. I'm going to hit a couple more shots here so you can see the numbers in action. This time I'm going to try to make a really steep attack angle here and get that low point way in front of the ball. Okay, -4.2, that's better. You can see that vertical orange line is way in front of the ball. That's gonna make a huge difference in your ball striking. You can also see my low point is 3.6 inches after the ball. So if my ball is here, that divot started more out here in the front of the golf ball. I know it's kind of hard to see. So if I were to get right here, my divot started up here, right? Or maybe it didn't start there, but the lowest point of my swing was up here versus under the ball or behind the ball, which is where you struggle hitting behind it. You hit it too high, all sorts of different problems. I would recommend making a lot of really short swings, like quarter swings and half swings, focusing on that instead of making big full swings at first, because this drill can be difficult if you're struggling with falling back or not rotating. I would start with some really short drills and work on trying to get that low point to be in front of the ball, and then work your swing backwards as you have success. I hope this was helpful. I really think if you take the time to use the TrackMan data and take the time to use this towel, you will see immense changes in your ball striking. Give this drill a shot. I'll see you in the next video.